The following message was channeled by Mike Quinsey on August 22, 2008. The message comes from Atmos from Sirius on behalf of the Galactic Federation of Light. Here is that message. Many people feel that changes are around them, and cannot understand what is taking place. They feel the new energy permeating everything on Earth, as literally things are no longer as they used to be. There are subtle changes and also more obvious ones that are at a physical level. The cleansing of Earth is underway, and the more immediate evidence is the movement within its crust. The changes are necessary to accommodate the vision of the new Earth, and clear away the remnants of acts that have despoiled it. Mother Earth is well aware of what is needed, and unlike previous occasions when a cycle has ended, this one will not be as destructive. What may seem to be random activity will nevertheless be controlled by us, and as safe as possible. We of the Galactic Federation can control the effect of Earth changes, so as to minimize the damage and direct the energies to where they will gently dissipate. Some incidents will be closer to populated areas, but again we will do all we can to protect them. You will not always be aware of our presence within your atmosphere, as our craft will be cloaked in invisibility. We're operating outside of it. Our technology can hold the energies produced by earthquakes, and direct them to safer areas to lessen their impact. Once we have open contact with you, it will become easier for us, as we can work with you. People in any danger can be temporarily moved to other areas and returned when it is safe to do so, and this can then be carried out quite openly. Our cautious approach to meeting you comes from knowing the tactics of your dark forces. They would use our presence for their own ends, and we must therefore wait until they have been removed and in no position to interfere. That time approaches very rapidly, and everything is primed and ready to move into action. The size of your problems would overwhelm your services, which is why we are needed to immediately start programs that entail our joint cooperation. For us, there is no challenge that we cannot handle, and it is through the sheer scale of our forces that we can call upon that number millions of craft and personnel. We hear you saying that if we are that powerful, why don't we come now? But that is not our way unless we are directed to do so by higher authorities than ourselves. As you may know, we have a deadline by which we must start contact with you, and that will be the only reason we shall arrive without giving you due notice. We know there is much confusion amongst some people as to the role we have played in your lives, and why we are here now. Man is so used to the greedy and materialistic approach to life, that he finds it hard to believe we come in peace and friendship without some ulterior motive. You have a survival instinct that makes you suspicious of us, and not helped by the negative image created by your media. Some of this has been deliberate to make you fearful of us, but your history will show that we have never caused an incident to justify such a reaction. Indeed, where our visits to Earth are, they often clearly show that we have given you help and guidance. In the background there are ancient stories of other extraterrestrials that have been connected with the dark forces, and of recent time you have the activities of the Greys. These are not members of our Federation, and although the Greys were allowed contact with you, that arose from the invitation received from your government some 7 years ago. Therefore, to the average person who has heard of these stories, it is no wonder that there is some confusion. However, we have a responsibility for you to ensure that the changes take place as planned, and that you are fully aware and prepared for Ascension. We do therefore protect you from interference by other beings, who would otherwise see your planet as a desirable source of material wealth. From a higher perspective, we also follow your spiritual progress and enlightenment, and that is also part of our brief to lead you forward into the Golden Age. All life is ever on an upward path seeking more understanding and knowledge, and before the end time you will have been made aware of your true status. You have begun to find out the truth about yourselves, and there is no longer any reason to feel like lesser beings. You have all the potential of gods, and will eventually have creative powers beyond your present imagination. Believe us, it is not out of order to call you great beings, although that realization has not yet been accepted by you. You were great beings before you took on the challenge of duality, and now that cycle is coming to a conclusion. You are returning to the higher dimensions. There are only a few years remaining before you go through the actual process of ascension, but in that time you shall experience a great expansion of your consciousness, and then you shall really understand the truth. Already it is beginning to happen to large numbers of you, and one of the first realizations is your oneness with all life. It allows you to feel your place within it and your role as guardians of the earth, where hitherto you felt completely separate from each other. Looking back, you will see that man acquired all of his needs from the earth, but grew selfish and greedy in the material age and disregarded his responsibilities to it. With our coming, you have the opportunity to pay back Mother Earth for her caring and love for you, and together we shall restore her to the original pristine condition. If you were in any doubt before, you will now understand the full reasons for our coming to Earth. It will be a most glorious and momentous occasion when we can formally meet you and your representatives, but by then they will be those dear souls who have worked for the light and been elected as your new government. Clearly we will have no dealings with your present one, that has several times refused our offer to bring an end to all wars and confrontations. They know us from our many past contacts, and have repeatedly rejected our offers to help achieve peace amongst all nations. I am Atmos from Sirius, and yes, we have been in contact with you for eons of time. Now it is time for us to announce ourselves, and you shall know before too long how we have walked your path of darkness with you. That experience is coming to completion for you, and a new wondrous path of great joy and happiness beckons, and we wish for you to constantly keep it in mind. Thank you, Atmos. Mike Quinsey. This video was produced by EscapeTheIllusion.com.